Hello guys, in this lesson we will show one more example with Fibonacci cluster, this time on the currency pair pound-Japanese yen. I choose this currency pair primarily because of this beautiful trend. We also have really good swings and this retracement that is of course important to us if we want to do analysis with Fibonacci, because that retrace we want to predict. So we expect the price to continue to move in the direction of the initial trend. That is, we expect it to start to rise and that this smaller decline will soon be stopped. So somewhere below the current price we will try to find a good level for opening a buy trade. Okay, let's see if we have a Fibonacci cluster here. This time, instead of this largest wave, I'll begin the analysis from this smallest or the last wave. The wave from which we start the analysis is not important, whether it is the first or last wave. What is important is to find a zone in which there are several Fibonacci levels. The 50% Fibonacci level is breached, we will skip it, and so the first important level for us in this case would be 61.8. So we will mark it. I will also mark this second level, 78.6. Although we can see right away that this first level is better compared to the second level, primarily because of these tops. These three tops are located on the first market line, while this second level has been breached many times. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to move the Fibonacci to the next bottom. As we can see, none of the Fibonacci levels is close to the market lines. Let's move on, move the Fibonacci to the next bottom. We have a much better situation here. See the 50% level. It is at the same level as 61.8 of the first wave. We'll add a line. Also, the 61.8 level is close to this second level. Okay, we got two narrow support zones, so let's move on. From this bottom, we don't have Fibo levels close to the market zones. Just let's move on. Move the Fibonacci to the last bottom. As we can see, the level 38.2, pay attention to it, is located directly on the first market zone. Now we have a very narrow support zone and the first Fibonacci cluster, which contains three Fibonacci retracements that are located at an almost identical level. We will also mark the level 50, it's very close to this second market zone, so we have another Fibonacci cluster on this currency pair. I'll delete the Fibonacci. Let's just look at this last wave and see if any extension matches the market zones. Yes, take a look. The level 127.2 is directly in that zone, and this is the fourth confirmation that this level is really important. The level 161.8 is also located in this second zone. Okay, we have two solid zones to enter the buy trade. We'll delete the Fibonacci and let's move on and see if we have anything else. I consider this first level to be definitely better because of these stops that indicate that this level is really important, that the price is in the previous period recognized this price level as important, and that price level is 150, a round number. And round numbers also represent support or resistance. Let's move on. We'll connect these two bottoms and get a trend line. I'll enlarge the graphic. We'll switch to H1. Okay, what does this trend line tells us? It tells us that if the price reaches this line again, we'll have a buy signal. What is good for us is that the zone of overlapping of the trend line and the Fibonacci cluster is very close to the current price, and if the price continues to decline, it will strike the double support, the trend line and the Fibonacci cluster. This is another confirmation that it is better to enter the trade in this first zone than in the second. Therefore, I'm going to delete this second zone. Okay, all we have to do now is set the pending order, which I will not do for now. We will do this in the last part of the course when we are doing a live trading. In this part of the course, I would like to explain to you what the Fibonacci cluster is and how to add other technical analysis tools in the Fibonacci analysis. As you can see, it's quite simple. One tool is used that is stretched from all the important bottoms to the last top in the rising trend, or vice versa from all important tops to the last bottom in a downtrend. The principle is very simple. We want to find a narrow zone on a graphic that contains several Fibonacci levels. Why? Because we are trying to find a support or resistance level that suits both short-term and long-term oriented traders. So we are trying to find one universal support or resistance level in which we are going to open a buy or sell trade. Okay, I hope that you understood everything, and please try to practice now. It is very important that you try to apply everything that I have shown on the graphic. Open your platform, check out the movements and currency pairs, take the Fibonacci, draw as many of them as possible, and try to find a Fibonacci cluster. Even if you don't understand something from this part, do not worry. In the last part of the course, we will practice this. We will try to find the Fibonacci cluster, combine it with the trend lines, previous tops and bottoms, the RSI indicator, and so on. It's very similar to what we have shown in this part of the course, so I hope that everything will be crystal clear to you. Okay, that's it. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next part of the course.